Hello and welcome to another episode of Roots and Wings Unscripted. Today we're going to be talking about, it's actually a request that some of you have put in on our Discord, by the way. So if you're not on our Discord, go on our Discord because you'll just find out things that everybody else knows. God, my English is not there yet today. Yeah, I'm not working. So we're going to be discussing our music video for our recent single that we released called Fall in Line, available on all streaming platforms. What are your thoughts on the music video? Because I want to talk about the process of it. I want to talk about what it was like for us, because it's our first ever proper experience at making a music video. And I feel it was just brilliant.
It was.
What are your thoughts?
Fantastic.
Okay, my hand's sweating now. I'm going to go to my clipboard and make sure that you say all the right things.
You're being marked.
Yes.
Not explicit enough.
No, bad grammar.
Ironic.
I've only got a clipboard. This is still unscripted. I've only got a clipboard because I need to remember things
Yeah, he's pretty useless.
that we definitely haven't scripted. We haven't. I don't know why I'm trying to make it obvious like we have. Anyways, I'll let you speak.
So, basically, so this song has a bit of a storyline principle to it, in the sense of, with this one, it's called obviously Fall in Line. So everything is all about not conforming and trying to stay unique.
It's funny because it's called Fall in Line, but it's ironically about not falling in line. But we discussed this, didn't we, about giving it the title Don't Fall in Line, but I didn't like it.
No, it was a bit too subtle,
too
but
much.
When you listen to the song, you know exactly that it's ironic. It's like everyone who falls in line does what thing people say.
Sorry, you said ironic. I had to. Also,
and
new location. Let me just say that. Sorry, I'm going to stop interrupting. I feel like I've done...
interrupting.
Sorry, I've not had a lot of people to talk with today, so I feel like my mum didn't call me, my dad didn't call me, whatever.
I mean, maybe. Anyway, so back to what I was saying, which I think I'll have to reiterate.
I will be quiet, promise.
Yeah. So it has a message, this one. And I think our previous music video, the first one we did, Fade Away, we kind of did it as a scenic music video. But obviously, in regards to the lyrics, it wasn't as personal.
He's laughing at me because I chucked a pen on the floor.
Yeah.
Don't know what's funny about that. I didn't fancy holding it anymore.
And basically, what we realised was how much more difficult it was to do a music video like that ourselves, because obviously, we scripted it ourselves, we tried to record it ourselves, we went to one location, it was all about people. So this time we decided to contact some people out.
An old friend.
Yeah.
He's actually an old friend from school, believe it or not. Yeah. Despite my incredibly bad English and grammar, I did go to school. Shout out to Sam Pope. His account on Instagram is Sam Pope Cinematography. We've also had help from Sam's crew and Kat and Matt. And the reason why I've reached back to him was because I knew the quality that he worked at. And I don't know, for this one, it felt like it needed to be something very specific and something very special and something that immediately gave you the point, immediately delivered. And it did. We shot in incredible camera quality, Netflix camera quality.
It was like a gun.
Yeah.
The camera was on a mount and it looked like a mini gun. And if it was on shutter speed, I'm worrying for my life because it looks like an assassin gun.
It was
They'd
brilliant.
Just shoot us all and we'd be battered.
It was pretty fantastic. And I mean, you can go check it out there. It's on YouTube and any other, YouTube at the moment. Yeah, it's incredible quality, but like Toby was saying, it needed to deliver a certain message, and it needed to have a certain tonality about it. You know, the colours and the way that it made you feel, because the whole idea behind the song and the whole story behind the song was it kind of was one that was born out of, you know,
our frustration a bit.
Yeah, our frustration towards the factor of the struggles that, you know, music bring to independent musicians, to people that, well, to any musician, you know, realistically it's tough. It's seeing that some people sometimes get prioritized, so to speak, because of their genres, and the you know, the more popular genres get a lot more attention than the other ones, and that's, you know, that makes sense. But generally speaking, it's still going to be difficult to be a musician in this day and age. It's always been difficult to be a musician for one reason or another. You know, today we've got amazing opportunities and amazing platforms to do our music in, hence, you know, such as this one. But yeah, it's incredibly difficult. It's incredibly challenging, and it's almost like seeing everyone else around you succeed and thinking, well, everybody's doing the same thing. I don't want to do that thing. And, you know,
it was emphasizing our sort of focus on trying to be authentic as much as possible, because the thing is, as well, is Al and I especially, and I think this is true, is that it's really difficult when you play a character that might not be anything to you. It's really difficult to change it. So although obviously you have to change partly a little bit, like for example, Al, when he's on stage, he'll have to be a little different than what he's like in real life. He can't be going in person going, "Hello everyone, how we doing?" And then people will be like, what are you on about, mate? You're
I
nuts.
do like it though.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm nuts. That's funny, because I have an alter ego when I'm live. I have an alter personality. I'm quite an introverted person. I'm not the first one to start the conversation necessarily. Not super. I'm kind of partially introverted. I'm kind of tethering on the half line of, sometimes I'm a bit more of an extrovert, sometimes I'm a bit more of an introvert. But yeah, when I'm on stage, it's all completely different. I just forget who I am.
But obviously, as much as that might still be you, you know that you have to play a part and sort of say the right things on stage. So we sort of want to, you know, we wanted to emphasize that in the music video, in the sense of like, there are some people out there who, mainly in pop now, who sort of become the gimmick of themselves, you know, and people sort of expect them to be like that 24/7, and they kind of can't get out of it, because I think the issue is it's a brand, and if you're not like your brand, people start to understand that it's not you.
Yeah,
so
and that was the whole, so, you know, what we said about it being delivered a certain way and having a certain attitude about it. You know, it looks good, it's a very good quality video, but it you understand, and we trialed this, you know, before we released it with a small group of people, of, we understand, like, do you understand what that message is trying to convey, like what the video is trying to tell you? And, you know, it was the whole transition of, you know, the person who in that case was me, because I happened to be the handsome one of the band. That's what my mum said, at least. That's what your mum said. I, you know, it just made sense. It was the frustration of waking up, going into a job that you don't want to be doing, and working your ass off to do this other thing that you want to become your life, and it's just a frustration. And we had an angry boss that was played by your hand. It was just your hand. It was just your thumb. And
some grunting noises.
You should have. Well, too bad they wouldn't have been in there, because it's a music video. But whatever. But that's what that was, and I feel like it fully conveyed that message across, and it was really, really cool. And
I think it also is as well what I liked, and this is where now we'll kind of go into the technicality of it. We wanted it to sort of come across not all negative, you know, as I say, don't fall in line, but with that not falling in line, you manifest your own journey, because you're like, you know what, I want to be unique to myself. I could be like everyone else, but I don't want to be. So
it's that constant battle. Yeah.
That's where the dream sequence kicks in the music video, where you've just done work, you're really frustrated, and in the video he picks up his guitar, and then all of a sudden he wakes up in like a record shop, which is obviously epitomizing him saying, well, not him, us,
the dream,
but surrounded by, metaphorically, music. Literally, there's music around the room. We are surrounded by music. We want to be doing music, so we want to be immersed in music. Yeah, so
absolutely. Yeah, I mean that I feel was showed very, very naturally on there, because then it also the way that our songs work out, and our lyrics and our melodies as well, almost is they will genuinely speak and have an attitude to start with, and a message of maybe negative or responding to something negative that then evolves into something positive towards the end. So it ended up with a lovely session we played in the record store, and it was the start of it was very melancholic and sad and frustration, and then it just slowly develops into both of them, and you get a bit of happiness in there, and then you kind of get a bit of both, and then it ends nice with a sweet sort of it gets you to the point of thinking, okay, well, the dream is now slowly becoming a reality, because it is, our dream is already a reality. We're doing music, we're recording music, we do our live shows, we do everything that a musician does, and it's beautiful to just fall in love with that process, regardless of, I'm not going to say success, because as far as success goes, we already are successful because we're doing what we like, but it's dependent. It doesn't depend on the level of in which you're at. You can be a starting out band, you could be a internationally acclaimed group, band, artist, whatever, but the basics are all going to be the same.
I think it was also epitomizing as long as you're persistent, you can do it, but you just have to really do it. Like, I think I've watched, loads of videos of people, and here's the thing, although people have been in an industry or a circumstance nowadays where they get more fortunate, they still have to graft, and we're not sort of shitting on that. What we are trying to just express is the fact that,
it's a different route to take,
but we also are here, as a band, and bands should still get their way forward, and different bands, as music can't and shouldn't be a variety, shouldn't be a nondescript variety where it's just all pop and music like that.
It should be
the primary. It should be everything that people can hear, or then what's the point of genres?
And on that note, you've brilliantly led me on to what I was next about to say, which is we decided to add a new section to the podcast. I'm going to have to refer to my clipboard for that, and that is the that will do, mate. Music discovery section. And also, like I was saying earlier, new area that we're testing out to see how it looks. Just a bit of a different.
That's mine.
That's yours. Yeah,
I own that.
That's yours.
Roots and Wings, by the way. That's
so for the first ever Roots and Wings unscripted music discovery section of the podcast. So what the section is about is just a part of our podcast where we decided to just dedicate to other musicians, other bands, other artists, predominantly within the rock genre, because that's what we're involved in, and it's just an opportunity for us to showcase other independent artists who, just like us, are working hard to get to their stage of independence, and paying the bills with it, and in our opinion, make some cracking music. So Today's music discovery artist is a band called Milkshed, who we have seen live, who we have had the honour to share a stage with.
Yep.
In Reading. I think it was Purple Turtle.
Castle Tap. I think.
No, that was Purple Turtle.
Was it?
Yes, it was Purple Turtle.
Oh.
See, my memory has served me well. Considering I don't remember my own lyrics, I don't know how I remembered that. But
you don't even remember your own words.
No, I know. What? So yeah, Milkshed. They are a Reading-based alt rock 3-piece. They have an EP out at the minute. It's called LMTD, which I'm presumably is available on all streaming platform. And they are actually about to hit the road with a autumn tour starting on the 1st of October, the first official date of their tour. So yeah, go listen to Milkshed. I'll put a little picture when I edit the podcast of what they look like. Yeah, I'll put a fake clap. Oh, I thought you meant to put a clap. Yeah, never mind.
No, well, we'll put it in.
Yeah, we will put it in. But anyways, Milkshed, new EP out, about to start their tour in October, so awesome. Just a few days away. So yeah, go give them a follow, a listen, a message, or whatever you want. But that is the section of the music discovery of this week. And to be honest, there's been so much, I think, lately happening with something that's been really, really good. And an artist who I want to just say I'm really impressed with, and he needs no introduction in the sense that if we get a plug from him, ideal. But is Youngblood, because he's actually he's bringing that shit back. I love how he's just rediscovered a new wave of rock and just brought it to the masses of today, which I love, because he's got that element of poppy in there, and I mean, some say, and this is a big fucking boots to fill, but everybody's now saying Ozzy Osbourne's passed the torch down to him, which I get from a perspective of it's not going to be a copy paste of Ozzy's music. Obviously, I don't think it ever was about the music, but I think it was about the attitude of it, and the fact that they're both...
And his look as well. He's kind of become a bit more gothic than I think. I think when he was doing songs, when he wrote The Loner and sort of Funeral, I think it was kind of... He was there, but I think he's really immersed himself in the sort of dark Ozzy Osbourne aesthetic look. Yeah,
I think it's more also the vibe, because he's all for looking after one another and very much relatable content like us, in a sense of, I mean, we've got a thing of writing the soundtrack to your life as our slogan, so to speak, which is just life chucks stuff at you all of the time, and it's about picking yourself up, and that's what basically, in essence, our music is. And I feel like he's also like that in a sense of he's very relatable with the content that he puts out, and he's honest and himself, and there's no bullshit, there's no fake, at least is what I've been able to gather from following him in the past few months. Because I had heard of him before, but it wasn't until he released his latest album, Idols I think it is, that I just thought, he's given me a little bit more, I don't know, I gained a little bit more attention towards him, and I just thought it was very, very cool, and I think what he's doing, generally speaking, is very, very cool.
I think
just
it also
slight off topic,
into a bit of the authenticity, because as I say, I think a lot of what people like is, for anyone who loves Ozzy Osbourne or did, obviously there was the Osbournes in the early 2000s where they got to see what he was really like, and I resonate with him quite a bit because I also really appreciated and liked how authentic he was, in the sense of, yes, he was nuts, he did all this stuff, but he really did care. And I think that's where, when you see loads of candid shots of Youngblood, he's got the attitude, but he also cares. And there's videos of him in the sense of he doesn't let the alternate fame get to his head and become a bit of an asshole, right? He's a nice He's a nice guy. He knows.
He's straight to the point.
Yeah, he
like I
knows
said,
the music
he's
doesn't
just-
define him. He knows the fans are crucial, and that's exactly what we push for as well. You know, the authenticity in the sense of knowing who we are.
I think,
what we are.
I think if you get into it, and it's just you've got to understand, in my opinion, that you choose to be in that environment. You choose to have that career. If you want to step away from it, you step away from it, and over time, you'll just fade away. Which, sorry, have I just done our own song reference here? Oh, we've even got the vinyl at the back here. Hang on. Plug, fade away, plug.
Thank you, mate. Buy it. Get it now.
Do you know what?
Take
It's not available. This is the only limited edition.
Yeah, and we've got
copy.
it.
And we've got it. Don't know why it's not available, but make
sort it
a
out,
bit of
don't
noise.
worry.
We'll make it available. But anyways, yeah. I mean, brilliant discussion. I think we're going to continue rather doing a section of the music discovery on this podcast, because I think it's just, I mean, it's brilliant. I think every musician has a responsibility to help one another within their careers, and you know, this industry, and I mean, for most things, you will never achieve everything by yourself. You'll always have something or someone that's going to give you a boost at some point for whatever reason, you know. But yeah, just a quick reiteration: Milkshed, LMTD out now, their EP, and 1st of October they're going to go on their autumn tour. So go check them out. And for everyone that's been tuning in to all the podcast sessions, thank you.
Yep.
If you're a new follower and you know, a new member, welcome. And if you've watched this episode, like a